Hello, welcome guys. Okay, welcome to Angles David Mana's Lab. Right, so today I would like to talk about a little bit about deck tech, a little bit about Auntie Ool. Right, so we're gonna talk about what I would like to add and what I would like to move out from the deck. Okay, so this is basically all based on my idea, based on my game plans, everything. So if you like it, hey, give a like, give a thumbs up, put some comments, and of course don't forget to subscribe my channel. So here we go. This is Auntie Ool, right? And I'm not gonna go very detailed about it. Probably like, hey, when is it released, right? 2 or 3 weeks ago already. Probably you can know it, just probably you already own it. Hey, we never know. But yeah, today I'm gonna talk about like, mostly I'm not going to talk about much about like each creature, about each card deck type. Probably I will explain to you why I think this should be in the deck and why I took it out, right? Okay, we're gonna go with that one. So right now, instead of Architect, I'm using Moxfield. I will also share you the link for my account, so you can go ahead, you can follow, and you can see all the other deck that I built. And yeah, as you see through my cursor, I took out 33, right? I'm gonna take out 33 from the main account, from the precon, and then I will be putting 33 outside of the precon. Okay, so 67 cards will be remaining in this deck. And what are we keeping? This is the commander that we have here. Just a little bit. Whenever you blight on your creature, you will draw a card. Whenever you blight on your opponent creature, that opponent will lose 1 life. That's it basically. And Planeswalker, so we have 2 Planeswalker, Vraska, Betrayal, Sting, and I think it was Liliana. Right, Liliana, Dead Wielder. We have 2 Planeswalker, and we don't really need 2 Planeswalker actually. I don't even need actually Vraska, but I just put it there because one of her ability, which is, as you see, you draw a card and lose 1 life, proliferate. This deck, it has many. I'm trying to build it mostly on counters, trying to put as much negative -1/-1 counter on my creature as well as enemy creature, right? I want to put more counter. So the only way to put more counter is, of course, you can have more creature or more spells that will let you put counter, but another way is to proliferate. So I want the proliferate side of this Planeswalker, so that's why I put it here. And the mana is 6, but probably gonna be in the late game. You don't really need that much. You just want to proliferate so that it can basically like, but at the late game probably that, and definitely I want to, my opponents will probably have like -1/-1 counter, maybe 1 or 2, and then by proliferating it, you will let the creature die, right? So around 6 mana, so, and probably 5 because you can pay the Phyrexian black mana, so it doesn't count. And yeah, so there is that. And the reason I took out Liliana, if you look at here, it's, of course, we have to pay fully of 7 mana. Even in the late game, put a -1/-1 counter up to 1 target creature. I mean also destroying target creature with -1 counter on it, it doesn't really work. You know what I mean? Of course, her ultimate ability, it's cool, but I don't think we can reach -10 if realistically speaking, if we're like 4 people are playing, right? As soon as your Planeswalker is there, you know you are the enemy. You are you're the biggest villain on the board. So I don't think she will even survive to have a -10 unless we have a proliferation on her loyalty counter. But I don't know, 7 mana just to destroy or just to put -1/-1, I don't see the point, right? So yeah, we will be keeping Vraska. So let's go with creatures. So we will be keeping 2 creatures from the precons. Of course, we need to ramp. The first one is being Ignoble Hierarch, Goblin Shaman. Will give us a black, red, or green. And what do we have next? And then let's see. And then channel Wait, what? I cannot read. Shit. Okay, Channeler Initiate. Okay, so human druid -1/-1 counter. And what else? Another one is Devoted Druid. Devoted Druid, it has like put a type of green, put -1/-1 counter on the creature and tap this creature, which is really good. You can like, I mean, both of them are good. I mean, three of them, both of them, all of them are like to ramp. When this creature enters, put 3 mana on a creature control, remove 1 mana from this creature and 1 mana of any color, which is good. Ramp. And Hapatra, probably one of the game changer as well. When she deal combat damage to a player, you may put -1/-1 counter on target creature. We need a lot of creatures or like spells to put -1/-1 counter, right? So in the precon itself, I feel like the creature has more power, like more chance to put -1/-1 counter than spells. So for now, that's why it would be really nice if you can put Hapatra. So that's why I mean, I will tell you what kind of creature that I put, what kind of things that will let you put -1/-1 counter. So but now we're keeping her, and whenever you put -1/-1 counter on a creature, you create a snake creature token with dead touch blocker, right? And it has a dead touch. So, and off nap gold, this is really nice and cool mechanic as well. You cannot use the ability of the goat, and your enemy or like your opponent can pay 1 mana, draw a card, gain control of him, put a -1/-1 counter on the goat, right? And then when this creature die, if it have 1 or more -1 counter on it, so me as a player or the owner of this goat will draw a card as depending on how much -1 counter on this goat. So it's fun mechanic. It's like kind of like interactive. I kind of like it. It reminds me of Zenith, the sleeper agents. Yeah, kind of like that. Dread Tailor, put -1 counter. Put a, if you ever, whenever a creature with -1 counter on it die, you may put a land card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield tap, which is like, woo, ramping, right? Straight up ramping. Dusk Urchin, whenever this creature attack or block, -1 counter on it. When this creature die, draw a card for each -1 counter. Really nice. Evolution Stage, when a land enter, proliferate. Glazer Sandslayer, we can draw a card, we can destroy target enchantment, or we can remove 3 counter from our creature, which is crazy. Necroskitter, probably one of the game changer as well. Whenever a creature with -1 counter on it die, you control the creature. Not until the end of turn, by the way. That is crazy. Sinister Nalbuck, and stab, draw a card, and blank 1. So we need like automatic blight creatures, automatic. There will be like at the Amstead, at the beginning, at the upkeep. We need this kind of creature. So here, of course, we have one of the creature here. Massacre Guild Gnome Killer. Right. So a creature you control have Wither. So Wither, it's I'm trying to use this mechanic as one of my game plan as well. We will try to have everyone has Wither, and they will deal damage at -1/-1 counter. We will proliferate, basically ball wiping every turn. Ball wiping every turn, right? So I have one card that I put it to pair with Massacre Girl. I will show you later on. And of course, Snow Snuffers. When this creature enter, put -1/-1 counter on each creature, which is not only your creature but also your opponent's creature. Tree of Prediction, really funny card. Switch your life point with the toughness. Wiggable Elder, remove mana counter from this creature, destroy target artifact enchantment, because we never know, right? We never know whether they have what kind of shenanigan enchantment and target artifacts your opponent will have. Arc Fiona Ifnir, I found a lot of people have two-sided when it comes to this card. Some people are like it's a waste of space because he only works either in a cycle or discard, and other people are like no, because since Auntie Ool will let you draw so many cards and you will probably be discarding cards, and these cards will be better. So there's a two-sided of internet when it comes to Arcfion or Ifnir. So for me, I put it there, and because I also have a thing of graveyard recursion, right? So that's why I put him there. I will show later on what kind of graveyard incursion is going in there. So Cooler Knight, flying with the if your opponent has a -1, if your opponent's creature has -1/-1 counter on it, they cannot attack or block. I mean, actually this one is a little bit crazy. It doesn't matter what kind of counter. It can be +1/+1 counter, -1/-1 counter, stand counter, any type of counter cannot attack or block. Scorpion Guard, right? A creature with -1/-1 counter will die, you draw a card. When it's died, return to the owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. So basically crazy. And also by paying 3 mana, you can put a -1/-1 counter on another target creature. Village Pillagers. When this creature Wither, see? Wither. When this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to each creature your opponent control. And whenever a creature your opponent control with a counter on it die, you create a tap treasure token. So we try, not only we trying to put counter with Wither, we are also gaining, if a creature with a counter on it die, we're getting a treasure. And Counterflex Demon, 2 -1 counter on it, we can put -1 counter on him. We can pay 1 black, remove it, and put a -1 counter on each other creature. Midnight Banshee, I mean, of course it is crazy and scary, and look at the mana also, right? 6 mana. Midnight Banshee, Wither, at the beginning of your upkeep, put a -1 counter on each non-black creature. So this is like a continuous ability, right? This is our second commander, the Reaper King no more. If a creature with -1/-1 control die, you control that creature. Okay, sorcery. We're keeping 4. Black Sun Zenith, which is like basically ball white for -1/-1 counter. And the good thing is it doesn't go to graveyard. It goes back to library. Persist. You can bring back the non-legendary creature with -1/-1 counter. I mean, we have a lot of good non-legendary creature. For example, like Caliphate Demon, right? And Midnight Banshee, Crab Knight, even Arcfiona if near. In the worst case, in the late game when you have so many cards, bring him in, discard everything, just ball white everything. This is a new card actually. So remove any number of counter from among permanents on the battlefield, and then you draw and lose life equal to the number of counters removed this way. So hey, there is a life losing part, but at the same time you're drawing and you're literally removing the -1 counter from your side. So, and also hey, you can remove +1 counter from your enemy as well, right? And Aberrant Return, just Graveyard Recursion right here. Assassin Trophy, of course, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Contagion Collapse, -1/-1 counter, Proliferate, and Blowfly Infestation. Blowfly Infestation is like whenever a creature die, -1/-1 counter, put a -1 counter on target creature. So basically like -1/-1 counter, creature die, you put -1/-1. If the creature die again, you put another -1/-1. It's gonna be crazy. Everlasting Torment. Player can gain life. Period. Right? Damage can be prevented. All damage is dealt although it has Wither. So let's just say your enemy is like, okay, deal 3 damage to a creature. So the damage will not be deal as a 3 damage, but it will be deal as a Wither damage. So that will be -3 counter. As soon as there's a counter there, Auntie Ool will trigger. So it's gonna be really fun. Puka's Convenient, Graveyard Recursion. You're gonna if a creature with the counters die, you will bring it back with the least mana value. Grave Venerations, become a monarch. The creature die, each opponent lose 1 life. A little bit of Aristocrats, and then a little bit of like at the beginning of an end step, if the monarch return up to 1 die creature from the graveyard to your hand. So a little bit of Graveyard Recursion. Flourishing Defense, whenever -1/-1 counter is put on a creature, you may create a 1/1 green warrior creature token. Okay, so in terms of land, we put some land here, and then we take out some land. So for example, Cinder Glade, Command Tower, Dragon Skull Summit, Exotic Orchid, Golgari Rod Farm, Nesting Ground, Path of Ancestry, Rakdos Carnarium, Smoldering Savage Land, Smoldering Mesh, Vernal Fan, and then Woodland Cemetery. So these are the things that we keep. And why? I will tell you why later on after that. So what do we took it out, right? So I took out Skin Render. It's only like 1-time effect, when it's enter, put 3 -1/-1 counter on target creature. It's not a big deal, but for 4 mana, I think I have more better option than that one. Puppeteer Click. I don't know. It has Persist, which is good. It will come back, but for 5 mana, And then like when this creature enter, put target creature card from an opponent graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and just like trying to control it for like one turn. I mean, we have the Reaper King no more, you know, or we have a Necroskid there for permanently, and this one is like until the end of turn, so we took it out, and it's for 5 mana. Grave Titan, 6 mana, Dead Touch, creature enter, attack, create 2/2 black zombie creature token. I don't know, 6 mana is too much. 6 mana, because even for us, we already have like 5 mana, a lot of 5 mana, Skiz Carnifex Demon, and Midnight Banshee is what? 6. The Reaper King no more, I mean, it may be 3, but at the same time it can also be 6, right? So yeah, and Pharaoh Yongyu, double the number of each kind of counter on target, only on target creature. So that for me, that is the problem. For me, that is, I want to put, instead of putting double link, why can't I just proliferate and make every board wipe? So this one is more like single target. So that's also the reason why I didn't take it in. Grim Puppet, 7 mana, put 3 -1/-1 counter on it. You can remove one and put another one. I mean, like, come on, man, come on, right? You have way better than that. And this is the sorcery that I took it out. You can see they're trying to like draw and discard, which is also really good, especially with like the Pathetic Reunion, and which is like good if you want to discard the Arcfian Ephnea, but because we already have Auntie Ool, as soon as we put a -1/-1 on our creature, we will draw a card. We don't really need that much draw engine. So yeah, so we took out that one. Night Whisper, of course. Burning Curiosity, it just not really. Painful Truths, draw a card. I didn't put any draw anymore. Okay, Chain Reaction is good. Chain Reaction, but at the same time, I'm like, do we really need to board wipe? Do we really need to deal damage? You know what I mean? Because we're basically putting -1/-1 counter on almost every turn, and I don't see the point. Right? And Harmonize, draw a card. Hoarder's Greed, same. Clash, lose 2 life, draw a card, and put a counter. Incremental Blight, this is good, but for 5 mana, we have more. We have better option, right? Pathetic Pyre, of course, discuss or deal damage. Destroying target. I mean, you can see we have a lot of like destroying target, right? Like destroying target creature mostly. I don't get it. Like we can put as -1/-1 counter on enemy creature as well. Why cannot we do it, right? So we don't really need a single target removal. Fire Covenant, it's cool. We don't need Commander Sphere. We don't really need 3 mana rocks, and we don't really need the Scarecrow tokens. The Chamber of the Innocent, everybody keep talking about it. It's 6 mana, just to cast it, to have 5 mana, less than 5 mana value. I don't know. Since we have green, we can ramp it. We can draw cards. It's way better than that one. Because my strategy here is like to try to cast as much small creature as possible, put more -1/-1 counter creature as possible, and trying to like, you know, continue the draw engine, continue to make sure that all the enemies creatures are like very small. Lasting Terrifier, at the beginning of each end step, if you put a counter on a creature this turn, 2 damage to each opponent. I mean, if it is a burn deck, this is perfect, right? If it is a burn, this is perfect. But I don't know. I don't really know about that. Behind the Old God, very basics. Just took it out. And these are the land that I took it out. Canyon Slug, Evolving Wilds, Festering Thickets, Grow Tough, Ifnea Dreadlands, Riveteer's Overlook, Rootbound Crag, Shelter Thicket, and Terramorphic Expanse. Okay, so now I will show you the decks, what did I put, and what kind of changes and what kind of thing that I made. Okay, so as you can see here, I put this is 100%. This is a 100 main deck already. Okay, this is a different deck. So let's see. The first one that you notice is this Hand Dissident. Only 1 mana. You can tap. You can blight. You can just tap it. Blight 1. You can tap blight also 2. Exactly like from a graveyard, and you can cast it without paying the addition to. But of course, you have to by removing 3 counters from among creature. Paying their mana cost. And same Conquer Blue, in case if we want to destroy target artifact, enchantment, or in the worst case in the late game we can proliferate. We also have a Skullback Scorcher. First main phase, you may blight one. If you blight one, you get a treasure token. Armor Eternal. So this one we want to put -1/-1 counter on him. So whenever he deal combat damage, to remove a -1/-1 counter from it. And also it is basically automated, like a continuous -1/-1 counter machine, because your opponent will cast, and whenever they cast a spell, we will put -1/-1 counter on him. Of course he will die, but that's where the graveyard recursion effect is coming. Okay. Generous Patron. Whenever you put a counter on your enemy creature you don't control, and a creature you don't control, you draw a card. And then Obelisk Spider, right? Deal combat damage to a creature, put a -1 counter on that creature, and whenever you put -1 counter on a creature, you lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. And we have a Spitten Dilophosaurus. When he enter, when he enter or attack, put -1/-1 counter on target creature. Creature you want to control with -1/-1 counter on them cannot block. And Nauseous Hatchling. Basically a creature so that everybody can put a -1/-1 counter on him. And whenever you cast something, -1/-1 counter will be removed. Solphim. So this is the creature that I'm talking about. Solphim Mayhem Dominus. So I want to use him together with Massacre Girl, which give Wither ability to everyone. So his ability is, if a soul you control will deal non-combat damage to an opponent or an opponent control, it'll deal double the damage to that player or opponent instead. So if your creature has a Wither, it will not deal damage in a combat damage. It will deal damage in the form of -1/-1 counter. So for example, if you look at Noxious Hatchling, right? If you look at Wither, this deal damage to a creature in the form of -1/-1 counter. It doesn't deal damage in the form of combat damage. So which means, let's just say if Noxious Hatchling is gonna attack, because of his Wither ability, it will be 6. You will put -6/-6 counter on a target creature. But now, because since Solphim is on the battlefield, instead we will put -12 counter on a creature. I mean, of course, this is because we're talking about Nauseous Hatchling. What if Spitting Dilophosaurus, right? It's only 3. So let's just say this enemy is like 5/5. So you will only put -3. But now because of Solphim, we will put -6 counter, which can easily kill an enemy creatures, right? So this is one of my game changer. Should I say like that? I mean, I got him from the Phyrexian All Over One, but I have nowhere to put. So here we are. We're putting him in here. And we have Yoggomoth, of course, then Phyrexian. You can discard a card, go away with Arcfiend if near, right? Discard a card, put -1 on each creature opponent control. You can draw a card, you can discard a card, proliferate. There you go. And we also add Persistent Constructor. Here have a persist. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, they lose 1 life, and you put -1/-1 counter up to 1 target creature they control. Okay, they control. So total, so we have 33. So from 22, we put 11 creature in it. I know it might be a little bit too much, but we want to put -. What if we don't have enough creature, right? And what if we don't have spells or like ability to remove the counters that our creature have? It's done. It's done. So we need more creature as possible. So that's why I put 33 creatures here. And sorceries, we have 10. Of course, we animate to put, a graveyard recursion effect, and Farsi, Cultivate, Kodama Reach, typical thing. A little bit of mini bond wipe, put 2 -1 counter on each creature, and Soul Immolation. You can blight. It deals damage to each opponent and each creature they control. Okay, it may blight X, so it's also one of the cool cards. And of course, Malkia Rebirth. A little bit of protection there. Here intervention, Chaos Warp, and Green Affliction. Put -1 on target creature and then proliferate, right? For 3 mana. And Antonize, destroy target non-permanent, proliferate, which is really good. You can see we already proliferating a little bit left and right? Step of completion. Proliferate. In the worst case, hey, add 1 mana of any color. We have 3 mana. Enchantment. So we have 8 and total 8 enchantment. Phyrexian Reclamation. Like I said, we will be putting most of our creature back into the graveyard. So we will be bringing back from there with Phyrexian Reclamation, and we also have We already have a Puka's Convenient, and then Grave Veneration, Rhythm of the Wild, just to buff our creature, right? So if we can, I don't think we will be like very offensively attacking, so we might not really need haste, but on the other hand, we need our creature not to get counter, and we need our creature to have a +1% counter, so in case we can put one more -1/-1 counter on our creature, so that because it will be like, you know, check out each other, and all will be one, right? I have it and I don't know where to put it, and finally it's here, because whenever you put one or more counter on a permanent, or all will be one, will deal that much damage to target opponent, right? So if you put 1 or more counter, so like -3, -1 counter on, let's just say on each creature, 5. If you put 5 -1 counter, all we want will deal 5 damage. Crazy, right? Crazy. Okay, so these are the lands. We have a little bit of like crazy expensive land, not too much. I mean, we have Black Crypt. I think this might be the only expensive one. Zatora's Proving Ground, because we need red, black, and green. Gen color, we need the gen. So this is there. I think I put Savage Land here as well. I didn't put. Oh yeah, I put Savage Land, right? Okay, so we have a Woodland Cemetery. I also put some Filter Land, which is Twilight Mire here, and it should be Firelight Thicket here. So in terms of bounce, I only have 2, which is Golgari Raw Farm and then Rakdos Carnarium. Shockland, we have Black Crypt, what else left? Overgrown Tomb and Stomping Ground, right? Because for the 3 color each, I don't think I have any paying land. Did I just say paying lane? Paying land, but I have Woodland Cemetery, Vanderfant, Twilight Mire, Tainted Wood, Tainted Peak, Stomping Ground, Smoldering Marsh, Savage Land, Rakdos Carinium, Overgrown Tomb, Paddle Ancestry, Nesting Ground, Craven Kings, Golgari Rock Farm, Firelight Thicket, Exotic Orchid, Dragon Skull Summit, Command Tower, Syndicate, and Leslie Black Crypt, right? So these are the list of lands that I have. And what about the mana curve? What about your considering? So these are the cards that I'm considering. So Fang the Broker, I can tap it and remove a counter from the creature I control, right? Cold Spike is also the same. If we have a lot of counter, we can pay 1 black, remove one counter from a creature I control, and make him +3/+3. Shadow Urchin, whenever this creature attack, Blight 1, basically. Screen Render, of course. Thirsting Roots, I can search a land, I can proliferate. I can proliferate, same. And Blight Rod, full -1/-1 counter, and Fire Covenant. So Echo David, right? How about the mana curve? Well, here we are. This is our mana curve, as you can see, beautifully curving. Okay, beautifully curving, as you can see. Reverse U shape here. A lot in 3 mana, not too much in 5 and 6. And what about mana ratio, right? So we are leaning a lot on black as the first for the first color. Second one is green, and Leslie black. Leslie red. So out of 38, we have 27 is for 71% is for the black color, and then 42% is red, and 50% is green. So just to be sure, I put 20% for buffer. So like, I think I could put more in green just to be safe, but at the same time, I already put like 5 in the forest. I don't want to put more, and I don't want to put more on reduce or more on mounting as well. So here you go. This is the statistic of my Auntie Ool deck. And yeah, I hope you guys will like it and you guys will love it. And again, if you like the channel, make sure to subscribe. I will be putting another deck for Elemental as well. And yeah, of course, don't worry about it. I will show you the link for Auntie Ool for this deck, so you can copy it on Moxfeed as well. Maybe later on, I think I will also make Architect as well. So in case if you don't use Moxfeed and if you use Architect, I can also send you the link for the Architect. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.